right, authentic answers. Euros 2024, England nil, Slovenia nil. More question marks over Gareth Southgate's team selection, tactics, um, yeah, everything. Squad selection. At this moment in time, Gareth Southgate just can't get the best out of this England squad, and for me, I think it's more deeper than just Gareth Southgate. We've seen this numerous of times, every tournament of England from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that there's so many talented individuals, but when you put them together in an England shirt, they just don't seem to be able to play together. Um, Slovenia, I felt, was very much on the front foot. First half, they played very well. They seemed like they was up for it more. Um, I think England struggle to break down the lesser teams. Um, Probably when they go up against a big team, they can play a bit more of a counter-attack football. But in terms of just England as a whole, in terms of winning the group, um, everybody probably thought that was going to be a no-brainer, to be honest. You have, who do we have? Serbia, Denmark, and Slovenia. No disrespect to any of those teams, but England should have definitely won all three games. And they haven't won convincingly at all. I know there are other nations like France that probably haven't really kick-started yet, but you can see there's an individual brilliances that can come through in the likes of Mbappe. He had six shots on target in his last game, where England right now are actually struggling to score. England's main threat, main strength was actually their attack. You had Kane, Golden Boot winner, Jude Bellingham, how many goals? Phil Foden, how many goals? Saka, how many goals? And at this moment in time, it is just not clicking. Yes, I do believe that Gareth Southgate does have to take some accountability for how England are playing right now. But at the same time, these are elite players. They play Champions League football. They play football at the highest level, that they should still know what to do when they go out on that pitch. Only thing that I'm very concerned about and confused is the way that they're speaking. They're on a vibe where, oh, but we're still top of the group. Oh, we're still this, we're still that. You know you're not playing well, so why not just come out and say, no, we know we're not playing well, we know we can play better. Don't try and sugarcoat stuff by talking about your top of the group. Like, 5 points. And the goals that have gone in, or the goals that they've scored, they haven't been great goals. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to improve on when it comes to England. Hopefully the knockouts may actually give them the push that they need to really sort things out. But if not, and Gareth has already said that he's unlikely to stay on as well, so I don't understand why he's not taking more risk with the team. Giving players like Gordon 5 minutes, Palmer 20 minutes, it's not enough. Yeah, so let's go into the first team. Obviously, everybody's been saying about Trent, is he good enough to play in midfield? So he decided to take him out and he's put in Conor Gallagher. Everybody probably scratching their head when they saw that. That's not going to improve the team. I did see a few silly remarks. People talking about, how can you not have Gallagher in the team? Look how much of a workhorse he is. You don't need that. Paul Scholes said it best. Brains over energy. Like, it's as simple as that. Kobe Mainu, if it's not going to be Bellingham coming back into that midfield, it has to be Kobe Mainu, because he's the only person in that midfield that I feel can actually impact the game. His contribution for the last 20 minutes as well. No, he come on at half-time, tell a lie. His contribution for the second half was a lot better than what Gallagher done. Gallagher, again, gives you everything that he's got, but his quality is just not there. There was even a chance where he completely missed the header. And I can't even say it's not his fault, but sometimes you just have to know what people's levels are, and this is just not his level to be starting in a major European competition, knowing that you need to win games. Doesn't work out. A lot of people are not going to like this, but we need to talk about this as well. Carl Walker. Carl Walker, for me, I said from the beginning, him and John Stones have a major part in this England team because they are the senior internationals that have been there, done that. How they play for their clubs, they are not doing it at the England level. Carl Walker needs to be benched. I thought his passing was absolutely awful. We're using him in games that we don't need to use him for. Carl Walker is a type of person where, yeah, if you're going up against a tricky winger and you need him to cover you sometime all day long. But when you're going up against teams like Slovenia, you don't need Carl Walker. You need a Trent. You need Trent to be able to play passes to unlock that midfield, just unlock the game. So Carl Walker haven't been good enough. John Stones, I've said it again, I don't think he is as good as what people think. I think in terms of just playing for England, Harry Maguire is a much better defender than John Stones when playing for England. John Stones does not do what he does when he's at City by coming into midfield. He doesn't seem very vocal either. So yeah, I'm not too impressed by him. The Gahey, I think he's done well. Did take the yellow. Obviously, he had to because obviously he obviously gave the ball away. Wasn't very good at the defending at that time, but so far so good. Kieran Trippier not working. I knew it from the moment that this was going to happen. Putting him at left back, it was an absolute fail. The one thing that I'm so unsure about is why Gareth Southgate decided to take Luke Shaw. Harry Maguire was not selected because he said he was not fit. So why was Luke Shaw picked? For somebody to be now 3 games in and is not even training, that says a lot about where we are with Luke Shaw right now. So for Gareth not to bring another left back, someone like Mitchell from Crystal Palace, doesn't make any sense to me. And in all honesty, I think we might have to play Saka at left back because we need to get that balance. He's played there before. And in a game like Slovenia, he might not even have to actually play left back. He can play like left wing back. He's not exactly going to be doing a lot of defending. Rice in the midfield was okay. Was a lot more positive this time. Can still definitely improve, but can't really moan at him too much. Phil Foden. A lot of people are moaning about Phil Foden. For me, I feel like as much as he hasn't done much, he's the only one that seems like he wants to crave the ball. He's the only person that actually seems like he wants to try something. Yes, he is initially on the left, but he does drift in a lot to the middle, which that is something that Gareth Southgate is going to have to make a decision of who is actually going to be number 10, him or Jude Bellingham. Speaking of Jude Bellingham, I'm not going to lie, I think he looks very tired. He doesn't look like the Jude Bellingham that we saw at the beginning of the season. And this is another thing people have to understand as well. When he first went to Real Madrid, first couple games, first couple weeks, firing. End of the season, he hasn't done much. And I think the hype that's been put around Jude, it's not his fault, but I feel like he has been overhyped. And he is able to be subbed. He is able to be benched. He's not this world beater that everybody puts him to be. He can definitely play a role. I feel he's more like a Lampard, that midfielder that runs late into the box and gets the tap-ins or gets himself about. But in terms of a number 10 unlocking a team, Jude is not that player. And I thought definitely he should have been somebody that should have come off. Saka, I don't know what's going on with Saka. Didn't really take people on. There was a chance where I'm looking at him thinking, bruv, run. Just run. Like, take him on. But don't know. Maybe injury, tiredness again. I think Cole Palmer definitely has a good shout to be starting on the right wing for the next game. Because Saka, I don't feel, has really offered much. Harry Kane. Terrible. As a number 9, as somebody that has just won the Golden Boot across all five top leagues, for you to be playing this badly, it just shows like I don't even know what it shows. It just shows that at this moment in time, he's not doing it. And this is not to discredit any of these players that say that they are now rubbish. It's just that this is tournament football. And you don't have as many games as what you have in the league where you might be able to pick it up 4 or 5 games down the line. You need to play good now. And there's more than enough players in this England team, in this England squad, to cover for these positions that are not being played played wi- played quite well at this moment in time. Ollie Watkins doesn't really do it in the England shirt, but he's still done it at Aston Villa. Give him a try. You've taken Tony. We haven't seen him yet. Is he gonna give him a try? There's so many options that Gareth Southgate does have that he's not using. It's very confusing, not only to me, but I think to most of the public. He's got a lot of players at disposal, but for the future game, I believe Trent should go at right back. Kobe Mainu should be in the middle with Rice. I do think Bellingham should be dropped just to see if he can, let's have a little rest. Play Phil Foden as the number 10, Anthony Gordon as the left wing, and Ollie Watkins as the striker. And I would put Saka or Gomez as the left back just to trial it out and see how we get on. What are your thoughts on the England game, on the performance? Is there enough for England to progress and actually maybe get to the quarters, depending on how the draw is? And you know what's also funny? England always have this mad expectation by the bookies that they're going to win, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. In our lifetime, England is the only nation, or the top nation, that hasn't won a major tournament. You look at Spain, you look at Germany, you look at Portugal, you look at France, you look at Argentina, you look at Brazil. They're all the teams that's associated with England's caliber. They've all won in our lifetime. Why is it that England struggle so much every single tournament just to play football? They just don't play football together. Like, they do this kicking in the air, they do the shrug of the shoulders, they do the finger pointing. Everybody's going into the same space. The middle of the pitch was so empty. It was just like, does no one not want to go there and just take the ball? It was very hard to watch, and to know that England's main threat was attack, how poor they are playing, it needs addressing. Gareth Southgate, be a bit more brave. Take chances. English players, England players, take chances. It's tournament football. Anything can happen. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know. Will England progress past the knockout stage? Authentic answers. Peace.